Today on Season of War, Ridge's slaves to darkness assemble a massive horde of chaotic warriors, while Jordan's Helsmiths of Hashut prepare their stout defenses. A Chaos Lord on demonic mount is a deathmonger and wears the Conqueror's crown. He leads a Dark Oath horde that will see the Force replenish its lowest fighters throughout the battle. He's joined by a Chaos Sorcerer Lord, as well as Gunner Brand and his oath-sworn kin. The Force represents a wide range of aspiring fighters, from units of Dark Oath Marauders and Fell Riders to the fearsome Chaos Knights and the renowned Varen Guard. Across the battlefield, a trio of infernal heroes lead a castigation battery, which will grant an extra shooting attack to war machines, fueled by chaotic power. The War Despot carries the Scroll of Petrification, while an Ashen Elder has an eye for weakness, and the Demon Smith serves as the General. 30 Infernal cohort fill out the bulk of the force, while trios of heavy artillery and Dominator engines strike fear, though a reinforced unit of Bull Centaurs may be the deadliest unit of all. These two forces will fight over the Noxious Nexus battle plan, which awards 5 points for the red objective, 3 for green, and 2 for blue. No objectives can be scored in the first round, though 10 points are up for grabs at the end of the battle for holding the blue objective. With both armies ready to clash, let's head to the battlefield, for this is the Season of War.
This video is brought to you by the support of our channel members and our FLGS partners, Warpfire Minis and Boutique Bastion. If you're in the US, check out Warpfire Minis for the best stock, deals, and service. In Canada, head to Boutique Bastion to buy, sell, or trade new and secondhand models. Today's battle showcases beautiful thematic dice from Baron of Dice. Grab your own or get a custom set made at baronofdice.com.
Hello and welcome to Season of War! Ridge, tonight we have a big match. You're playing out your slaves to darkness that you're testing for an upcoming event, and I'm bringing the Helsmiths of Hashut again with some Beasts of Chaos allies who are acting as our Bull Centaurs here today, so actually happy to get these models on the table again.
Both repping Team Germany today. I brought my jersey, so Jordan had to naturally go up and
had to match.
Yeah, so we got Patrick versus Matthias or Matthias, apologize, but let's see who comes out on top.
And then for battle tactics today, I've chosen Master of the Paths. So the first step is killing a hero. And then I've also chosen Intercept and Recover. So you'll have to choose 3 units to be carrying treasure.
All right, I will choose my Singri, the girl who is on a horse, which is proxied by a Fleshhound right now. And then we'll choose Gunner as my second unit. And then my third unit will be the big unit of 10 Chaos Knights. So for me, I am running Restless Energy. So for the first one of that, I have to take an objective from you. And then the second one is Scouting Force. So having 3 scouting units wholly outside my territory.
Sounds good. And here we were both 3 drops. I won the roll-off to be able to deploy first. So I will have choice of who goes first. And we're, of course, going to give away the turn and jump into a Slaves to Darkness, turn 1. And to start things off, I'm actually going to desecrate some terrain. We will choose this piece back here to give me some demonic power.
Okay, so a couple things to do. First, I'm going to use the Eye of the Gods on my Chaos Lord on demonic mount. So I will slowly be getting points for him throughout the game. So we are going to start by marking the Varen Guard with Khorne. We will try to cast a couple spells. Now, I will just go for the Horrorghast first with this Sorcerer Lord on an 8.
And I'm not in range.
We will go for a Demonic Speed from Brand's Oathbound over here. That's going to fail.
And I will spend a command point here for a magical intervention with my Ashen Elder. He's going to chant for Sacred Rites and generate 5 prayer points.
Nice. Okay, movement it is.
And I will spend a command point here for a redeploy with my Infernal cohort on the right. They're doing 4 inches. And because I don't expect much more action this round, I am going to spend a command point to go for a covering fire with one of my Tormentor Bombards. I do have to shoot at your Dark Oath Marauders, but we might as well. So we'll be on 4s and 3s now. And because the +1 hit against units with 5 or more models, those will all hit.
Yes.
And that's going to be 4 wounding at Ren 2, so they all go through.
Yes.
For 6 damage.
Okay. Okay, so very boring turn 1. Hey, look, there's a bunch of obscuring on this battle plan. All my models are within 1, except the 2 Marauders that just lost 3 of their lives. Yeah, so you actually got some decent shooting with the Chaos Dwarves, so obviously I just had to stay obscured with my good stuff. But there's no scoring turn 1, so we didn't really need to go out and touch anything or do any of that stuff. I was able to get my scouting force, so this mission is very good for scouts because everything's just wholly outside on the right side of me. So I will get that, so I'm gonna start the game scoring a big 5 points.
And yeah, no primary this round, so it'll be low turn of scoring, but that'll send us into a Helsmiths of Hashut turn 1. I will start off the turn by desecrating another piece of terrain after my dice redeployed. And then we'll give 2 demonic power points to my Infernal Cohort in the center, the big unit of 20. And my Ashen Elder is going to chant for some Sacred Rites again, getting 4 more points. He's up to 9. Then the Demon Smith is going to try to summon the Geminids of Oldish, and we'll get those on a 7.
Yeah, I'll try to unbind. I unbind on a 10.
All right, so not today. And that'll be it for my hero phase.
Okay, I might as well just go for the rally here. I'm probably not going to spend the CP this turn, so yeah, let's just see. We get 3 guys back.
And then we are into movement.
Okay, I'm going to redeploy the Chaos Sorcerer Lord for 2.
And then we're going to start launching some of our shots. We're going to go with this Tormentor Bombard, firing it into your full unit of Dark Oath Marauders.
Unleashing their fury, the Hellsmith artillery fires their payload and wipes out both units of Dark Oath Marauders.
And that'll wrap up the turn here. We did some shooting. The only thing not in obscuring was your little Dark Oath, so they just got blasted.
Both of them got obliterated.
Yeah, they got hung out to dry hard here, but they can potentially come back later in the game, so it's not the worst thing ever. But then otherwise, we just marched up and prepared for the next couple rounds. No scoring here for primary still, and I didn't complete any of my tactics because that's not up to me really right now with all the obscuring. So that's going to be a 0-point turn to start, but only down 5, so it's not the end of the world. And Ridge, we can head into priority for round 2.
Yes.
That's a 5.
Mine is a 3.
All right, well, I have choice, and I'm going to keep the priority order the same and give you turn 2.
Sounds good. We'll go into Slaves of Darkness, turn 2.
All right, at the start of the round, I am going to have my Infernal Cohort desecrate this objective, and I will activate the Place of Power with my Priest for the Unbind.
I'm also going to activate the Place of Power with my Chaos Sorcerer Lord, and we will try to make the middle point obscuring. Which I will. So, all right, we will try first with the Sorcerer Lord to give the 5 up ward to the Knights, which we will fail. We'll go first with the Brand's Oathbound. He's going to try to cast the 3d6 charge onto the Vanguard. We get that on a 9.
I'll try to unbind it. No, you got it.
All right, now we're going for the bridge. Let's see if we can get it. We're going to go with the Chaos Sorcerer Lord for the bridge. We roll 3, and that fails. Now we're going to mark the Knights with Khorne, and that's going to be all for my hero phase.
And then I'll spend another command point with my Demon Smith for magical intervention, and he's going to try and summon the Geminids of Oldish, which will fail on a 6.
So that's it for hero phase. I will try to bring back 5 Marauders on a 3-up, which we're going to get. So I'm just going to get into shooting then. The Horror Gas is just going to shoot into the unit of 10, so we will be hitting on 4s. They're going to miss.
And I will then spend a command point with my Tormentor Bombard to go for a covering fire. I have to shoot your Fell Riders, but I do get +1 hit because they have 5 models. 3 damage.
Kill a horse. All right, so that's gonna be the rest of my turn. Pretty sad turn here. I'm just now went back to my original position of having everything over here. But the biggest thing here is obviously just winning priority, because obviously if I win priority, I want to give it to you as well.
Yeah, it's because you want to play for a double potentially.
Yes, and my army is similar, like is in that way, does a lot of damage that way. And now my tactics kind of are centered around that as well, which Jordan's are too, because I'm just staying away from him and kind of staying obscured. So it's this mission has a lot of obscuring and it's going to be weird. So that's going to be that. I am going to only score 3 here. Now, if I got the 5-up ward on the knights, I was thinking about putting them in. So whatever, I'm going to score 3 and I'm going to get out of here.
All right, well, that'll put you to 8 and we can jump into Helsmiths of Hashut, turn 2. All right, we'll start off by desecrating this train piece over here. And then I'm gonna give 3 demonic power points to one of my Dominator engines with Bane Maces. And then I will give 1 to my Infernal Cohort over here and spend a command point to also give 1 to my Tormentor Bombard again. And then my Demon Smith is going to try and summon the Geminids of Voldish, which we'll get on a 9 this time.
Yeah, I'll try to unbind it. You get it.
And then my Ashen Elder is just gonna try and banish your manifestation, which I will fail.
I might as well just spend a CP to rally the horses there and see if I definitely get a horse back.
And then movement.
Okay, I'm gonna spend a CP to redeploy the Vanguard for a big 5.
All right, into shooting, we're gonna go first with my Tormentor Bombard on the left into your Fell Riders. 3 damage.
Okay.
And then on a 3-up, they can't use commands, which I succeed on, and the Vanguard as well. I fail it on them. Then we'll have the other Tormentor Bombard targeting your Dark Oath in the back, the 5 Marauders, for 5 damage.
Yeah, you kill him.
And lastly, we'll have the Death Shrieker Rocket Battery shooting your Fell Riders for 7 damage.
Okay, that will kill 2.
And then we'll get into charges and start with the Dominator engine with Bane Maces. It's gonna make a 9. And I'm gonna start off combat with the Infernal Cohort, the big unit of 20 going into the manifestation.
The Infernal Cohort easily bring down the Horrorghast. Then the Fell Riders fall to the Dominator engine after they fail to deal any damage.
All right, so that is going to end the turn for the Hellsmiths. Dan Ridge is playing very coy with his more powerful units, so we're just beating up on the squishier ones. Took out the Fell Riders and the other unit of Dark Oath. Again, not super engaging because there's not really the opportunity, but I'm also just kind of wanting to use our defenses as a buffer and be able to dictate the attacks after whenever you eventually come in. And also having to consider being given the turn if I lose it, or being able to act one way or the other. So trying to mitigate things. In the end, we won't store any tactics yet, but we will hold 2 of the objectives. The red one stores 5, and this one stores 3, so that'll store me 8 points, which brings us tied heading into priority for round 3.
Yes, sir.
That's a 6.
To my 5.
And we set up defensively so we could give away the turn here, which is what we're gonna do, and we can send off into a Slaves in the Darkness, turn 3.
Sounds good.
And at the start of the turn, we are going to desecrate this terrain piece over here. And then I will activate the Place of Power for an extra unbind with my Ashen Elder.
So first we're going to go with the Chaos Sorcerer Lord. He is going to go for Oracular Visions onto the Vanguard. We're going to roll 3, hey! So they get a 5-up ward. We're going to first go with the Spite Tongue Curse from the Chaos Sorcerer Lord, and we're going to target that 10-pack of Infernal Courtier or whatever, cohort.
I'll try to unbind that, and I do on a 7, so you get to take some mortals.
I take D3. For 3, hey, that spell's awesome. All right, and then lastly, we'll just go for the fight last from Brand's Oathbound, which is going to fail on a 6. I am going to mark the Chaos Lord on Demonic Mount with Khorne as well. And that's going to be it for my hero phase.
And then my War Despot over here is going to use the Scroll of Petrification to give this 10 block a 2-up ward save.
Christ, I forgot about that. Okay, well, I guess we will just go into movement. I will try to bring back 3 horses. I do.
And then I'm going to spend a command point here for a covering fire with my Tormentor Bombard. Your guys you just brought in are obscured, so the closest unit is going to be your Varangard.
Okay, I'm going to go for an all-out defense.
And you do have more than 5 models, so I'll be sticking on 3s and 3s for 2 damage.
Okay, so we will go with the Varangard are going to just charge first.
And because you're tagging 2 of my cannons now, I do have to go for the counter charge with my Bull Centaurs. They did a 7.
Whoa.
And they will do mortals on 6-ups for just 1.
All right, I will just go with the Varangard. They're going to stay there because they're all obscured, and everything is going to go into this Dominator engine. So yeah, we're going to be 3s and 3s.
4s. What a surprise! You take it down. And then we're going to go with the Bull Centaurs into your Fell Riders.
Yep.
That'll be 12 mortal wounds, so 27 total. I think it's enough.
Okay, so that was a fun turn. This game's awesome. I made a good play with the horses, just barely able to get in there and tag up both of the cannons. Now, I was only able to make it a 5-inch counter charge, so, you know, there's a world you fail that, and that's huge, but you made the counter charge and they died.
Yeah, thankfully I did have a decent threat here, kind of babysitting the cannons for now.
Yeah, because then it costs you 2 CP and kind of pushes them back further,
yeah,
which is notable. But being on the top of the turn, yeah, just not feeling great and not going to score anything here. Actually, I will get 2, sorry, because I did put Singri over on the point here. So I'll score 2 points for that. And yeah, that's going to be it.
All right, Ridge, well, that brings you to 10 and sends us into Hellsmiths turn 3. All right, start of the turn, I am going to desecrate another terrain piece. That's going to bring me up to 6 demonic power points. And I'm going to put 3 on the Dominator engine with Bane Maces, 2 on my Bull Centaurs, and a single 1 on my 10 Infernal Cohort.
Okay, I'm going to activate the Place of Power with the Sorcerer Lord, and we're going to heal 2.
And then my Infernal Cohort are going to try and generate an extra demonic power point, which they do, and they'll give it to themselves for the 5-up ward. Then my Demon Smith is going to try and cast Molten Metal onto your Chaos Knights. And we'll get that off with an 8.
Okay, I'll try to unbind. I do with a 9.
Then my Ashen Elder is going to try and chant Furnace Blessing onto the Dominator engine with Bane Maces. We get it off with a 15, so it's going to give it an extra rend and crit mortals. And that'll be it for my hero phase.
Okay, I'm going to spend a CP to rally the Varangard. I will not even heal both of my wounds back, only 1.
All right, then into movement. All right, then we're into shooting, and I'm going to start off with this Dominator engine into your Chaos Knights.
Okay, I'm going to just go for the all-out defense here because the Geminids are probably going to make me not do commands here, and if you do the ability to me, I won't be able to use CP after anyways.
And I do get +1 to hit because you are more than 5 models for 9 damage.
Okay, okay, that will kill 2 Knights.
And on a 3-up, the Knights can't use commands until my next hero phase, which I get.
Cool.
And then the Death Shrieker Rocket Battery will also shoot at them. And miss. So then the last Tormentor Bombard is going to shoot at the Knights as well. For 3 damage.
Okay, you kill another one.
Then we'll just go for a charge with the Dominator engine. It makes it in with a 5. And then into combat, I did tag your hero, so I'm going to be able to use the ability to potentially fight twice if he's still alive. But I don't count on it, so we're just swinging for the fences. I am going to spend my last command point for all-out attack here, and put all 7 of his attacks with crit mortals and an extra rend into the Varangard.
Yep.
No mortals.
Oh.
3 ones, that'll be 1 going through at rend 2.
Okay, so we'll be on a 5. And we're gonna make it. This is what our Dominator engines do. Yeah, so we'll first go with the Chaos Lord, because he will bring in the Varangard. So he is going to attack. It'll be 2 at rend 2.
Saves them both.
And then we will have the 6 Varangard.
And you'll take out the Geminids. And you'll take out the Dominator engine. And that is going to be it for the turn. It wasn't really as effective as we would have hoped. The Dominator engine was all juiced up, but we've seen over a couple of games now how they can be swingy first,
yes,
low rend, but really just learning it's all about the saves for them. So I should have either kept it out, obviously, or... I mean, there's a chance it takes out 2 or 3 Varangard if I get lucky, so
yeah,
always a potential. Was worth trying to whip it in there, but it does leave you out of combat, which is less than ideal. Scoring-wise, though, I will hold the same 2 objectives and score 8 primary points. Again, I haven't got a battle tactic yet, so we're just going to go into priority for round 4 now.
Yes.
We both get 3s.
We're gonna tie. All right, well, I'm obviously gonna take the turn, and we will just charge all my cavalry in, and that's what Slaves does. So we'll go into Slaves, turn 4.
All right, start of the turn. I am going to desecrate this objective over here.
All right, so for the underdog bonus, I'll pick the middle objective. So the big unit of cohort will take 2. The wizard will take 3. The priest will take 3, and the dragon ogres will take 3. Jesus. I'll activate the place of power. He's going to heal 2, back to full.
And then I will activate the place of power to heal over here as well,
yep,
and heal both my heroes.
Nice. I'm going to mark the Chaos Sorcerer Lord with Tzeentch. We're going to go for that Spite Tongue Curse again, because that could be big onto that screen. It goes off on a 6.
I'll try to unbind it. No, you got it.
Nice, 3 mortal wounds to them. So I'm going to spend a CP to rally my knight, see if I get one back. I do not, so close.
I will spend a command point here to rally my Infernal Cohort. I get an extra die and remove the token. And we're to bring back the 2 that were dead.
Okay, I'll just jump into movement. So I'm going to first immediately just try to bring back another 5, my last 5 Chaos Marauders on a 3, which I do get. So the 5 will come back.
I will spend a command point to redeploy the Infernal Cohort for 2. And then I'll spend a command point with this Tormentor or Bombard for covering fire. It's got to shoot your Varangard. Back to 3s for 1 damage.
Hey, I will first charge the Varangard. Okay, so I am going to fight twice with the Varangard. Cool, so then we will go first with the Chaos Lord and Demonic Mount, and he will then bring in the Varangard for their activation.
The Chaos Lord fails to deal any damage, but the Varangard wipe out the Infernal Cohort, then weather the Dominator engine's attacks. The Chaos Knights then take down 4 of the Bull Centaurs, and the Varangard bring down the Dominator engine with their second activation.
Okay, so we have seen what Slaves can do with being able to get a big 3d6 charge and just do their thing.
I mean, the story of this game is obscuring, right?
Yes, very much so. Me being able to stay alive the entire time and just kind of waiting for an engagement to be able to get in and hit. Like Jordan did an amazing job at screening me and zoning me out of getting objectives, but it always comes down with this army just to killing, like being able to kill your opponent. And yeah, I was able to just kind of stay in obscuring all game, and then this big turn going in and just
I officially have no sympathy for Ridge anymore. I felt bad for the first half of this game, but then you did this to me.
Yes, it looked really bad of coming from the other end, like just objectives and getting in and doing anything. So at the end of the day, I'll hold the middle obviously, and then I'm gonna get the extra one for 2, so I'll get 3, 5 for primary. And I will actually get the first level of Restless, because I did take an objective from you. So I will get 5 for primary, 5 for my tactics, so I will score a big 10 here.
Yeah, and that was pretty brutal in terms of the damage output. You also did tag 2 of my cannons with your Marauders, and I wasn't able to kill any of them in shooting. I was hoping to at least free up one of the cannons.
Yeah.
At this point on my turn, I can't really engage you with anything left. But all I'm gonna do is try and consolidate on this objective, score 5 points. I have no real opportunity to get any of my tactics because you're hiding all your stuff in the back. So Ridge, before we go through my entire turn, let's roll priority.
Yes.
That's a 2 for me.
And a 3 for me.
And I think you would take the turn here.
Yes, I obviously would.
So I think we'll just kind of call it there. You obviously have a lot of damage output left, and I don't have much army.
No, I think everything obviously just comes in charges and...
And noteworthy, I did score 5 points on my turn, so you're actually still the underdog here. But even if I held on to this objective for the rest of the game, you still score 10 at the end for holding the blue one.
Which would be big at the end, yeah. And then obviously the other part of the story is me just doing what I do usually with these 2 units, is just if anyone has intercept, put it on them, stay in obscuring, stay far away. Very good at denying tactics, having the little expendable kind of heroes.
And we saw earlier, I do have great output. From the the shooting. Also the Bull Centaurs didn't really get the chance to get in though. But the shooting, we obviously saw how powerful obscuring is. If I could have been chipping down your Varangard and your Knights here, totally different story.
Yes.
But I really, even with the 2 Dominator engines, the first one I threw up there to just block you and keep you back. The second one did literally nothing, so...
Yes.
Yeah, Varangard's still good.
Very, very good. One of the best hammers in the game, for sure. Like, the amount of damage they can do, and that turn when they explode and do tons. And then, again, the Dread Banner Knights are nuts as well. But we saw also the huge power of... A lot of people play Slaves with God's Wrath, or the one where you desecrate objectives. Yep. This is so strong. Obviously against cannons and stuff that end up being big. You have to roll the 3 up, which I was just at a RTT and didn't roll very many, and it feels bad. But then in games where you do get those 3 ups, like turning off those points is huge.
Well, here I would have had to spend my whole turn shooting at them.
Yes.
To free up these 2, which I easily could have done and freed them up. But then, I mean, if I had one priority, potentially I can rally another Bull Centaur back. But. Yeah. But with the prio, that's why we just kind of skimmed through my turn and rolled it quick, because it wouldn't even matter. I killed them, free up my cannons. I'm not going to do enough after your turn. I'm not going to have enough left.
No. And on top of that, at the beginning, you killing all that chaff, they went down so fast. Like, it looked like you were rolling decent, but still getting the +1 to hit. And at the beginning, I'm like, oh my god, I'm only going to have 2 units left. But at the end of the game, those 2 units were able to do enough.
And I couldn't get my tactics, otherwise I could have potentially ran up 15 points ahead, where I could have on points kind of weathered this a bit and kept it closer. But
you did kill a couple Knights when you did get to shoot at them. But the biggest thing is the obscuring for sure.
We are still waiting the new reinforcements of the rest of the Helsmiths of Hashut army.
Yep.
So we'll obviously get more games in when those come out. But I hope you enjoyed this look at another game with the Chaos Dwarves. They are a lot of fun to play, and I do love the army and models. But that will be it for us here today, Ridge. We'll wrap things up. Say a big thank you to everyone for watching. Hope you enjoyed this battle report, and we look forward to seeing you in the next one.
Have a good week, everyone.